Give them a whirl. Hold on. Now. There we go. There we go. Go get it. There we go, boy. Awesome.
Where'd they go? They keep on going?
Two flying right over the top of them. This is freaking nuts. I got an empty gun. I got a camera in my hand. I hope I didn't put that shell in backwards.
I don't think it's going backwards.
You got it. Good girl.
Those Teals wanting in here, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's a lot of barnyard grass, all your brown, that light brown, and it's all maturated, and the yellow stuff is biting. And so really what we've tried to do is grow a balanced mixture of, your smart weeds and trying to think Biden, your carbohydrates, and then all your grasses, your foxtail millets, your panic grass, nut sedge, that's a lot of protein. It costs so much money to go out and plant corn and milo for ducks, right? I mean, it's not feasible. And then you risk, especially us in Oklahoma or North Texas, you risk that, but you risk all your pigs and your deer eating it before it maturates. And so, you study, there's Canadian geese right there, just walking through. Literally, if you take a video of those geese and all the brown behind it, that yellowish brown, that's all duck food. And you can see all the pink. There's a difference between, there's that pink, that's smart weed, but it has that pink tint to it. And people get excited all the time because they think you got smart weed growing in their duck slough, and it's water smart weed. It's white and it's non-productive. So you look for the pink smart weed. But that's the Suspania right there we were talking about. You see how that's, and it's kind of starting to thicken up a little bit. But we'll do that with the hay grazer, and I'm really going to show you over there that, and that's Suspania going on that. There's the teal right there. Barnyard millets that's growing in here, and you can see the smart weed. You can see the pink tip of it. It's really coming up good. And if you'll look right here, Brian, if you can show down here, this is an example of the seed production that we have. And really anybody can do it. It's just, it really is important to have the equipment in order to be able to do that. But I mean, that's just, anybody, and that's just one spot on the ground. I mean, it's just, we're really excited with what Mother Nature has done this year. The duck food out here, and we'll come in here, is what we'll do is we'll take all this, once everything's matured in the next couple weeks, we'll come in and we'll brush hog all of this. And then we'll disc it, and we'll disc it lightly. You don't want to disc it too deep, but what it does is it's going to turn that seed, it's going to put it right back into the ground. And those ducks, there'll be 2, 3, 4 inches of water, and those ducks can come in here, they can land, and they will come in here and they'll kind of start scarfing, and they'll get the larvae or the vertebrae that's in the ground as well as the seed, and it'll be an ideal habitat. And I promise you, when y'all come back during duck season, you will really be excited about the amount of ducks and the amount of nutrition that we can provide out here. And we can walk, you can walk 10 feet anywhere really, and just spread, get the seed and get all the, that's all seed, that's all duck food. Put that hay grazer, and that allows you kind of make a block with it. And like we'll brush hog it, disc it, and we'll probably even plant wheat right here. But that, the wheat doesn't hurt anything. And but what that hay grazer does, especially as you block it, allows you to hunt multiple winds. And that's the key, being able to hunt depending upon your wind. And so, and they will. And they'll come right in here. And this is what we call the southeast quadrant. And it's definitely one of our productive spots, productive holes. And it will be this year for sure. This is something you definitely want to spray for. But that's a lot, you know, what 2,4-D can do for you too, because it won't kill your grasses, but it will kill your broadleaf plants. Equipment's the key. Being able to maintain it, being able to get equipment in on it, whether it be brush hog, a sprayer, a disc, a packer, a broadcaster, or a drill, depending on what you want to use. We do a lot of drilling with our stuff just because drilling seems to be more efficient than broadcasting it. But ultimately, the equipment is the #1 priority in terms of maintaining. I don't care how good of duck caller you are. I don't care, you know, how good your spread looks. Unless you have the equipment to maintain and facilitate your property, it's never going to be as productive as you would like it to be. We actually get our equipment, Grayson County Equipment in Sherman. I actually have an office up there. I work up there, and you know, we can help anybody out in regards to that. We can talk to you about, I mean, and it doesn't have to be ducks. You know, your deer, your ducks, your turkeys. You can spend a lot of money in your corn and feeding and food plots, and that is great. But you know, 80% of any type of wildlife's digestive intake is going to be native, and that includes deer. And so, and if you have a big piece of property, you know, maintaining that property to do that is important. And so, we love talking about it. We love doing it. As you can see, this is our life. This is what we do, and we know a lot about it. And anytime we can assist in regards to others and how they maintain and facilitate their properties, we love seeing it. And we have a multitude of avenues that we can go, and nobody's property is the same. And that's the great thing about it. It's not necessarily is this property, this is how we manage our property, because we feel over years of experience that this is the way that the property should be managed. But that's not to say that that's the way your property should be managed. That's right. So it's really about what's conducive to your property and what you want out of your property, whether it be deer, whether it be duck, whether it be turkey. And really, that's a lot of what we deal with. We feel like, you know, Mother Nature provides. You just have to assist her a little bit. So.